Hey, all you fine people out there, welcome to On the Porch, brought to you by All This Entertainment. My name is Scott Bottrell. Today I have some very special guests for you I've been super excited to bring. We have the Royal Horses. How you doing, gentlemen?
How's it going?
How's it going? Thanks for having us.
Here to my left is Mr. Daniel Firth, Mr. Shelby Kemp, and Kenny Paul Mann. And I got to tell you, these gentlemen here are some of my favorite artists in the area. Best band, and if you haven't seen them, you got to rush out and go see them. We're going to get to a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to learn about them. We're going to hear some music, so just hang tight. But first, how you guys doing today? Doing good?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty stoked about being here.
Man, I really appreciate you guys coming here, and I'd really like to find out about where you came from. How'd you guys meet? How did this all come about? Tell us about the Royal Horses.
All right, so this band started out, I was doing acoustic shows, and I had recently started to become close friends with Kenny Paul here, and he played upright bass, which was something I didn't know about him at the time, but then I found out, and... Sorry?
I keep it a secret.
You did to me. I was unaware. Anyway, we started messing around, and we did maybe one show together and decided we needed a drummer. And I was playing in another group with Daniel at the time and thought he was great. And so the three of us, we just started jamming, and it grew from there.
I tell you, that's the very first time I saw it was you two. Kenny wasn't there. I saw the Midnight Revel, and I tell you, that was where I first was like, oh my God, this guy's got something. You know, there was something there, and then the band split right after that, and I'm like, what the heck? You find a new favorite band, and then they're gone, and then luckily you guys came together as Royal Horses, and that's a beautiful thing, and I want to thank you for that personally, because I love finding a great new band, and then it disappears, man. It's the most depressing thing ever. But
those guys are great, man. We really love
that
the time with
band
them.
opened doors for everybody involved, and
100%.
everybody's growing a lot out of that.
Yeah.
I also was a big fan.
Kenny was a big fan. Kenny played bass on a few shows.
Kenny sat in for a couple shows.
Okay,
yeah.
right
when
on.
we were
right on.
we were going through some lineup changes at one point.
So the first time he ever played with us, he did a 4-hour straight show. Straight. No
Didn't take a
breaks,
break.
no nothing.
Straight.
Fingers just raw.
Thrown into
No.
the sideways bass.
Sideways bass, yeah.
Nice.
That'd be another story.
Well, was there a point during this playing at Midnight Revel where the three of you just kind of realized, you know, this is it, where this is what we're going to carry on afterwards?
Yeah, for me, definitely. I would say after we made our record, I had a realization that this was the music I was happiest making and the direction I really wanted to go in. So.
And I can see that because, I mean, these guys know, but the audience doesn't know. I'm a huge fan. I've seen them many, many times. And I like the Midnight Revel incarnation, but to me, the most amazing thing about the Royal Horses is the sound that y'all produce with three men. I mean, it sounds like 7 or 8 guys up here on stage just going to town. And it's huge, big rock and roll sound down to country. I mean, you guys cover just about all genres in your show. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, I'm fanboying it out a little bit here, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of music, and I want to give you my own personal props. I've not seen anybody do Led Zeppelin as good as y'all do.
Well, thank you.
That's something that most people cannot touch, and you gentlemen pull stuff like that off just crisp and clean. And you had a Led Zeppelin live tribute I saw, and you guys can check it out on their website, which we need to talk about, www.royalhorses.com. Got everything. You can see them there, from videos and merch, and you know, we'll talk about more of that later, and the album and stuff. But so you guys have been playing together for what, 2 years now, somewhere around in there?
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years now. And obviously the coronavirus has kind of changed a little bit of what you've been doing here lately. How has it altered your playing and what you guys are doing, venues and whatnot?
Well, we just have to be a lot smarter about what we're doing, and you know, that really is all it boils down to, is just being smart about what you're doing and keeping your distance and wearing a mask when you need to, and
Yeah.
Sure. And
That's-
conscious that everybody, has different opinions on what's going on, and try to be as respectful to everybody and as safe as possible.
Have you all, has your gig schedule picked back up like to where it was before? Or are you getting to that point yet?
I would say it's not back at 100%, but maybe we're somewhere around 55% right now. What we were doing before all this started.
Yeah, and we'll talk more about what you're doing in quarantine later. But real quickly, let's touch a little bit on the album so we can talk about the first song, because I really am excited to get into the music. Here's the album, Modern Man's Way to Improve, which
Yes,
I love the title. Tell
you.
me about the title real quick, where this come from, because I think we can all relate to this, and we all need a little bit of improvement, modern improvement. So where did this come from?
It's a lyric out of one of the songs. It's the title of one of the songs. And I don't know, that song in particular is sort of rooted around living in this new sort of society that we live in. Maybe it's not so new, but it feels really new to me. And just the way technology seems to consume everybody's mind, even myself. I get caught up in it a lot.
Yeah,
And
I think we all
just
do.
listen to the song. I think it's pretty direct, but it's
It's a
I'm
great
drawing a
song.
blank.
It's one of my
Truly.
favorite on there. I mean, there's several that are my favorite, and Leave a Light is definitely tops on there. And I think you guys are doing that one today, correct?
We are,
We're gonna do
yes.
that one first, maybe.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would love that. That is such a good song. And we'll get to some of the other ones later, like Daniel's song. I love that one too. It's such a great
That
song.
one's silly.
everybody's favorite.
Oh.
But you guys have it covers just about everything from country to bluegrass to blues to rock to, I mean, it's like a mix of genres all through there. It's one of those albums where if you don't like one song, move on, because you're going to find a whole new song you're going to love. I mean, it just flows one after the other. So let's talk about Leave a Light. That's the one you guys are going to do. Where
Yeah.
did that song come from?
I wrote that song probably 6 or 7 years ago now. It was the first song that I ever finished and felt like was really finished and was ready to be played and have something done with it. And I've played it with several different iterations of bands over the years, but we finally recorded it and really got the version of it that I like the best of anything I've ever done with it. So
Yeah, I don't think I ever heard any other versions except for this
they're
one.
not
It
out
was-
there. They're
it
just
was brilliant.
live
It's brilliant.
context.
And I know for those of you who are going to watch this and want to buy the album and stuff, right now the only way you can get their album is to buy their vinyl off of their website. You can get a digital download with it as well. I believe it's $25. Is that
Yes,
what it is? $25, and you get a vinyl and a digital download. And then November 1st, they're going to have their full release. Now they held the vinyl for a year and didn't bring it out on the Spotify or any digital platforms. What was the decision there? Why did you guys decide to bring the vinyl out for a year?
I mean, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of lends to the album title a little bit too. It's the kind of idea that in today's world, everything's so instant, and any song you want to hear, you can just click on your phone
Yeah.
and find it instantly. And we just wanted to kind of take it back to maybe the 60s and 70s, where
Yeah.
if you wanted to hear something, you had to go to a show, or you had to pick up a record, or you had to be
Yeah.
waiting there at the radio to hear it come on, or
You need to
Yeah,
have
that-
that in your hands. You need to have this in
it's
your
a tangible
hands.
thing,
Yes.
and it's just something we wanted to explore and
I think it's a brilliant
See how it worked
concept.
for us.
I mean, it really, I think, drums up a lot of interest, and then it makes people want to search you out and find this and buy it. I think it's beautiful. But so go buy your copy now, and you can get on royalhorses.com. You can feed the horses. You buy some merch, buy their album. They have some T-shirts, stickers, anything you can get on there. So get on there and pick up a couple things. So I think we need to go ahead and get into the first song. I'm real excited about this. So, everybody, this is going to be Leave the Light from the Royal Horses.
Oh, sweet Elaine, well, bless your soul. You don't hold back from the things that you know, and I can feel it. And I feel it too. Count the rain as it falls. You can't admit that you might just have it wrong, but I can see it, and I think you see it too. You don't have to ask me how I feel, and you don't have to wonder if it's real, and you don't have to ask me if I mind anymore. Red wine come and the worry go. My friend, she yawns 'cause she's sleepy and I'm stoned, and I can feel it. And I'd say she's feeling it too. When you fall asleep tonight, do you think maybe you could leave a light by your doorstep? Leave it there for me. So when I wander up and down your road, stumbling over all the things I still don't know, I can see that light and I'll know you're there and that you're thinking about me. You don't have to ask me how I feel, and you don't have to wonder if it's real, and you don't have to ask me if I mind anymore.
All right, we're back. Leave a Light, Royal Horses. What'd you all think? I know it was amazing, so leave me a comment so I can see. Now, you guys have a special edition of this coming out on October 24th for National Record Day.
We do.
And not on top of that, it's going to have an extra track called Balloons.
It is.
So, and that's on the digital, obviously, not on this. But you're going to have a special pressing, third pressing of this. So, is it going to what's the going to have special colors or something like that? Or?
Yeah, it's a. So we've had a green and a yellow and a white, and so the third pressing is going to be like a marble green and white kind of.
Okay, right
each,
on.
Each
right
of them will
on.
be unique, and
They look amazing.
Yeah.
Get your
the download
collectors.
will have a the additional song "Balloons," which is one of Shelby's tracks that he kind of put out, I believe, on his Patreon and some things like that.
Yeah,
So-
originally our friend David Gustafson helped me put it out on his magazine's page on Facebook and their website, and a lot of people seem to like it, so we're going to include it with the special edition of this record.
We'll have some new,
Right on.
some different stickers and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're pumped about Record Store Day, man. It's
As should you.
It's a really,
Yes.
it's a really big deal for us to be selected for that.
And it's been held off several times.
The date has been
hasn't it?
changed. This is the third time now.
Wow.
But they say that for sure it's happening this time. They split it up into 3 separate days, so they're not doing just this huge
So not
thing.
packing everybody
Yeah.
in. Yeah. Okay.
So
beautiful.
and we're on the last date. We'll be released on October 24th, and that'll be national as far as the copies go. You know, as far as whatever record stores want to buy them.
And you all, I mean, you got a couple big things coming up. Not only the record store day, but Cruising the Valor. Is that still on?
Nope.
It's not for this
Yes.
year. Not for
Yeah,
this
it
year. It's
got
been
moved to, like-
postponed, but yeah, I think.
I don't know the
okay.
exact date. I apologize, but it's it'll be April of next year.
Okay.
But they what they did was they gave people options so that they could cancel their tickets or just move them to the new reservation. So it's still happening.
I
for
really
sure.
want to go to that. Ryan Bottrell was on, did an interview with us, a while back, and he's on for Cruising the Valor too. And man, it's such a lineup from this
Yeah,
area.
killer.
It looks like it's going to be a really fun trip.
It's going to be just fun.
Pretty
for
stoked
us.
for something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody
heck
gets to hang
yeah.
out.
Go on a cruise, play some music. Come on now, living the lifestyle there. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to the album now. Let's talk about writing. And I'm assuming, Shelby, do you write most of the songs?
Most of it, yeah.
But you guys come together and write together. How does this work as a trio, coming together and writing music?
So, in the beginning, a lot of it was me just bringing songs that I had, and we would talk about them and work them up and maybe change a thing or two, and all of a sudden it's a Royal Horses song. But what we've been doing lately really is it's more of a group effort, where somebody's got a piece of a song, and then we all get together and just expand on it until we've come up with something we really like.
I always ask artists this because these are the questions that I'm interested in, and how the writing process goes. Does the lyrics come first for you? Does the melody come? How does the song grow for you?
Usually I'm writing lyrics in my phone all the time, and I just have them. And then when I sit down at a guitar, I'll play around and maybe come up with something I really like, and then I'll pull out my phone and maybe I'll already think in my mind, oh, I know what would go perfect with that, or I'll just look through it and maybe play around with a few different ideas. But it's really just putting pieces together. Sometimes you'll sit down and just, there is a song, you just write a song right there on the spot all together.
That's what
in
I was
one.
wondering, because you're such a technician, and I was wondering if sometimes does that ever get in your way, because than just blasting out just a great old stomping tune.
Those are the best when it just happens.
Yeah.
But I do like the process of going through and building songs too. So it just depends on the mood I'm in, I guess. And
I'd love to come sit one day when you guys are writing and just
would love
watch.
that.
I
We
mean,
would be
that
stoked
would,
for
that
that
would be
to happen.
awesome.
Literally, a lot of times Shelby just shows up at a show and is like right before the show starts, she's like, I got this new song, and we play it.
I do that to
And-
my band too all the time. I love it.
That's usually what happens. to be
And
quite
that's a
honest with you.
testament of your skill, because he knows that it doesn't matter.
that's what I try to tell them. But
Right.
I watched you at the Blues Company. That by the end of the night, you guys, Shelby's like, "Hey, let's do this and this and this," and then all of a sudden, it's just this amazing rock tune you guys were just belting
Yeah, a lot of
out.
tine's I'll have to look at Kenny and be like, do we know this one? He's like, no.
He's
And I'm like,
gotta-
all
he's
right,
gotta
cool,
make
I'm-
sure he's in the
all right, I've never played this one before, so I'm free to do whatever.
To me, I think that's kind of the best, because you get a little more free form. You're not locked into a certain
yeah, I love
sound.
that.
I mean, because you guys do amazing covers. I mean, from the Grateful Dead to Zeppelin, and they just sound not only your style, but they sound like the originals. You have a great mix of how you do all that. But I know it's confining, so I know the improvisation of the on the fly songs can be a beautiful thing.
It's almost way more fun to play a song that you barely know, but you
Yeah.
know enough to get through and just see what happens with it.
It really is.
Yeah,
It
I
keeps
can
things
see it.
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and start talking about the next song you guys are
Okay.
going to do, Ruby Doo. And so, is Ruby written about? This is Ruby over here, y'all.
This horse acquired the name Ruby after we were gifted this horse.
We've been gifted a lot of horses.
We've been gifted 2 horses now. This first one came to us. Sorry, I was blocking her there, but a friend of the band his wife wanted to order some bookends for her bookshelf, and saw this horse, which she assumed was about 4 or 5 inches tall, and ordered it off of Amazon or something, and then it showed up at the door 2 feet tall, and so they gave it to us. And
Appreciate that.
At that point, we had maybe we were. Ruby Doo was already a song, but we were just like, oh, we're gonna call her Ruby.
Yeah, we had to think of something to call her. And then Robbie did some little designs for us. Robbie Aminette.
Yes.
Oh, Robbie Eminent, yeah.
The man.
I actually tried to get him to come here today. He was kind of busy, but I was trying to get him to come to paint y'all.
Oh, that
today
would've-
while
that
we
would've
were
been
doing
cool,
this, but
Fantastic.
He couldn't have made it today, but.
I'm sure we'll see him soon.
So, where did Ruby Doo come from? What's the story behind Ruby Doo?
Ruby Doo is a song that I wrote after a failed love interest. But it was
Some of the
original,
best right there.
How original. But in the beginning, it was a piano song, and honestly, that was before this band was really writing and like getting together to work on songs. So it was more of just a piece of a song, like I talked about earlier, and I brought it to the guys, and Daniel had this several really great ideas for stops and changes in rhythm and tempo, and it just blossomed out of that.
I can see that because each one.
Lyrically, it's just a love song. But.
Each one of you have this amazing style, like watching you live, for the people that you'll see them. I mean, it's not like you have a band of backup musicians. I mean, everybody's electric in their own way. Everybody has this ability to put in the flair and the just the variness in the music to change it up. I mean, like I said, you guys can stop and start on a dime, and I love that. I mean, it's tempo changes and everything, and I'm excited for everybody to see that. So we're going to get into Ruby Doo. Again, A Modern Man's Way to Improve, the Royal Horses. Right now, Ruby Doo.
Well, Ruby Doo, Ruby Doo, Ruby Doo, what you wanna do? And I don't know why I had to learn the hard way. I don't know why I didn't move along. Don't know why I keep letting her break my heart. Well, I don't wanna be no catfish. I want to be the river. I don't wanna take no love from you, baby. I want to be the giver. And I don't want you casting out your net with dinner on your mind. Said I just come to see you lose that dress, yes, and leave it on the bank behind. Because Ruby Doo, yeah, the Ruby Doo, I said the Ruby Doo, what she wanna do, and I don't know why I had to learn the hard way. Don't know why I didn't move along. Don't know why I keep letting her break my heart. Can't you hear that whistle blowing through the Alabama rain? There's a restless soul who's hitched a ride on an early morning train. And it never really mattered, Lord, if the train arrived on time. The only reason my man got up and got on the line was just to ease that worried mind. Because Ruby Doo, so the Ruby Doo, no baby Ruby Doo, what she wanna do. And I don't know why I had to learn the hard way. Don't know why I didn't move along. Don't know why I keep letting her break my heart.
back. What'd y'all think? I know you just became instant fans. So if you became an instant fan, which I know you just did, you need to get on www.royalhorsesband.com, and you can pick up the vinyl and a digital download at the same time for $25. You can also purchase these shirts. They got stickers, and you can also check out their live performances. Now, don't be afraid. These boys, this is what they do for a living, and they need some money. So you can get on Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. You got Patreon account too, I'm assuming.
I do have a Patreon
account too. You can search them out everywhere. So please, please, please go feed the horses. It's worth it. It goes to a worthy cause. Now, the album. Let me ask you this: was there any set concept you were trying to go with throughout this, or was this just like an amalgamation of songs throughout the years?
So, both. It was both. A lot of them are songs that existed previously, and we sort of brought them in and made them work the way we wanted them to. But by the time we were putting together for sure what songs were going to go on the record, we did have an idea of what we wanted it to sound like and where we wanted to go with it.
Yeah.
And really, we just sort of rallied around that theme of a modern man's way to improve. And to me, all the songs are connected each in their own way. And maybe it's just because that's how it is in my head.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, I'm sure there is. This is a time period of your life there, and like most songwriters, this is all stuff that touches upon you and the things that you've seen and all that. So
this is my life 18 to 25.
18 to 25 right here.
That,
beautiful.
If it was an Adele album.
24, 18 to 24. It would be 24 if it were an Adele album.
So now you all kind of had to do the shutdown like everybody else, and you got back in the studio. So right now you're working on album number 2, correct?
Yeah,
we
actually finished, set for mastering and.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So it's already finished. But now we talked earlier, but you got to wait till after the November 1st release of this before putting out the second album. So you guys have a little bit of time to wait.
We are very fortunate to be in the position we're in where we have something that is just, at any given point, not very far from being ready to go.
Ready to go.
And we're still, working on some other stuff, so it gets to just sort of sit on the back burner for now, which is great. It's great to have something that is in the reserves you can call on.
We really lucked out during quarantine to have a studio where we've now recorded quite a bit of music to just go in with unfinished songs, something that I think a lot of musicians like to do or wish they could at some point, is just to go in and write in the studio.
Yeah.
And so a lot of these songs, we just had, as he mentioned earlier, like little bits and pieces, little building blocks to work with, and then just spent time in the studio with them and trying different things.
In the studio.
Yeah, we did. We spent a good
Shout out to John Michael and Scott Sibley at Downman
Downman.
Sounds in New Orleans. So
Downman Sounds.
great
Yeah.
place if
Right
you're
on.
looking to record
If you're
some
looking
music.
to go somewhere, those guys know what they're doing.
Yeah, that's a benefit, because I know most of the artists that we all know have to have everything ready to go, and you have just enough money to get in there and record it and get out and be able to sit in
We've
the
done that
studio.
before, too.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have.
We just, this time around, with it being quarantine season and all that, we
Teen season.
Quarantine season.
It is
that's what's going on,
quarantine
right? We were just super fortunate to be able to get in there and take our time. And I personally, as excited as I am for that album to come out digitally, I'm just as excited for the new stuff to come out and be available.
I can imagine, because I'm a songwriter myself, and I know after you played this for over a year, you're probably ready for the new stuff to come out, so you can, keep adding
some
to your
extent.
set and all that.
I really haven't gotten tired of those songs yet, personally.
I don't see how you could. They're all
It'll come, I'm
just
sure.
amazing. I mean, yeah, maybe after a million times, people screaming, "Hey, play Leave a Light," you might, but you're gonna have a million more, to sneak in there in between that.
Yeah, I can't wait.
And here later on, not this next song, but our very last song is going to be one from that album. So y'all are going to get a sneak peek of this album that's not going to be released for quite a while. So our next song is BLD. And
BLD.
I don't know much about this song, so you're going to have to tell me, what is this song, where it came from, and what does BLD stand for?
BLD is the closing track on the album. Maybe a year before we recorded it, I had done a little demo on my computer with a lot of synthesizers and stuff like that, and because that's just what I was doing that day. And when we went in to record it, we laid the song down and sort of decided we wanted to do go in the same vein as that original demo, and so it's just covered in synthesizers and other stuff, lots of effects. And so because of that, we haven't played it live very much because there's only 3 of us. And so now we're getting to a point where I think, at least I feel more comfortable with the song and just with my own playing at this point, that we can start to include that song, and that was what pushed us to want to do it today, I think.
Yeah, we'll find out in a minute.
Yeah, in a minute. We will all find out how this is going to go.
I'm sure it's going to be amazing. I've seen you playing. I'm sure it's going to be damn amazing. Now, that was the one thing that I know originally from your last band that I was a little bummed about, because the only thing about y'all is you get tied up in guitar the whole time, and you don't get a chance to get on your lap steel or piano or do some other stuff. So that's where the records come into play, I'm sure, is where we get a taste of all that other stuff that you do.
Pedal steel is something I just picked up not too long ago. I got extremely lucky, and a great friend actually gave me a pedal steel, which doesn't happen. And I started learning that, and so that's become a big part of what we're doing now too. But it's one of those things where it's really mostly just on the record and used in the way of an accent on the songs, because we would need a few other things going on for me to play pedal steel with this.
Yeah.
Or I could be a better pedal steel player, but that's probably a few years out. So
I don't know about that. I thought you were amazing with the pedal steel, but I mean, I know it'd be hard to fill out a whole sound, with just the 3 of you. Because again, everything you do sounds like a 6-piece rock band.
We really try to pay attention to that, man, and fill that space, because we know there's a lot of space.
Mm-hmm.
Space is good, but like, I don't know. We try to look at it like whenever he's doing something, I step back and do someone, just taking turns and really just filling that.
I feel that
void,
every time I've seen you. I could feel that every time. I mean, it really comes across how much you guys play with each other and how much you can feel the energy in between each other and adjust it in the song. I mean, I've never heard a bad song from you guys yet.
It's happened.
I mean, I'm sure it has, but me personally, I've never seen it.
We refer to stuff like that as a hummingbird on a string.
Hummingbird on a string.
We do have a couple of recordings you may never hear.
They only cost a dime, too.
So BLD, again, where does this come from? Like, how did this song come about?
That's another one of those songs that I've had for a long time, maybe 18, 19 years old. I was, at that point, just very much in that phase of trying to figure out what is life.
He was listening.
Which
to
one's
John
the zoom
Lennon
in
a lot.
camera?
Yeah.
What is life? I was at that point, and
I'll tell you what it is.
that's my song on trying to figure that question out, I guess. And I don't think I came to a very conclusive answer, but
So we're not going to get an answer by the end of the song?
no, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
There'll
all right,
be
we'll
some
start a
discussion.
dialogue.
You're born, you live, you die. That's
The whole thing.
That's it.
Well, I think without further ado, we need to get into this. So, everybody, this is an exclusive that's never been played out live before. So, get ready for BLD, the Royal Horses.
My, you're born, you live, you die. Some would say it's all a waste of time. Some would tell you in the stars there's some peace to find. My, you're born, you live, you die. Find find another mountain you can climb. Some new stage where you could speak your mind. And when you reach the top, do not expect a sign. My, you're born, you live, you die.
We're back. Experimental BLD. So what'd y'all think? Leave a comment. Let me know what you think when you're watching this. We're going to go on to some other stuff real quick, though. Let me ask you guys something. When did you all start playing music? Like, Daniel, when did you start playing music?
Actually, I guess like many musicians, grew up playing in the church. It's where I really developed playing on the drum kit, and then all through middle school and then about halfway through high school. That's a whole nother story. I marched and things like that, but it really wasn't until Midnight Revel that I got deep back into gigging and things like that, and you can only grow, from there. So
yeah.
I guess really early teens was when I started really getting behind it. My dad was a gospel singer, and brother's a bass player, and
He sits in with us sometimes, his dad.
Right on.
Yeah,
he
he's
loves
pretty
that,
cool.
man.
That
It's
is
fun.
cool.
It's fun.
I see it in your playing too. I mean, you're a technician. I mean, there's all different levels of musicianship out there and drummers, and I see you as one of the surgeons out there. So
Oh, geez.
it surprises me to hear that you really didn't really get into it until.
Well, yeah,
know,
I mean,
Midnight
I was always playing, but I started out reading music, and so there wasn't a lot of room for experimenting back then, and really once I had a chance to open up, it's gosh, close to a decade now of actually regularly gigging, and I can try and be the flashiest drummer if I want to. I know I'm not, so I really try to hit dynamics. That's one thing that
you see that.
Kenny and I will play around with, is getting loud and getting quiet, and we'll just do it in the middle of songs sometimes during some little jam breaks. Just let's see what happens. Can we keep the momentum and bring it way down? And I don't know, some people tend to like it. I enjoy it, and we're always just playing around,
Well, before we go on to Shelby, let's talk about Rattlesnake smoking a cigarette.
Oh gosh.
Okay, now they're not playing this song today, but y'all have to go and check out this song and check out the live recordings. Every time you guys play this song, for those who know it, it's one of those. Oh my God, you're screaming, yeah, let's do it. It's such a cool thing. How did this song come about?
It came from rehearsal. Kenny was thumping around, and Shelby was like, "Ooh, play with that," and I sat behind the drum set, and really the first thing I said is, this reminds me of a rattlesnake smoking a cigarette. And Shelby said, write that song. So
Yeah.
I mean, this song did not start out like that by any means. There was multiple versions. We got closer and closer to the studio time. Shelby's like, do you have lyrics? I'm sitting at rehearsal with a little notepad. Man, I got them written down, like thinking and in my head and trying stuff out. Sometimes I don't even think I say the same words half the time. So.
For sure.
But it's a fun little
It's always
story.
the same conclusion.
Right.
There's little hints in there of our nicknames of friends, and we threw a little shout out to Scott Sibley in it, and just. It's a fun tune,
It
man.
is. It's a kicker. I mean, every time it makes you want to get up and dance, and it's fun and lighthearted. And that's what I love about you guys, because you can go from something real deep and personal to something more lighthearted and fun. I mean, just in a click of a switch. So, all right, Shelby. So where did all your musicianship come from? When did you start?
I started playing guitar in middle school sometime, and just wasn't very good at any athletic thing at all. Sports ball was
weren't good
never
at
my
sports ball?
forte. And so I really dove into playing guitar and writing songs and trying to improve my voice, and constantly I was that kid in high school that was like, dude, you want to start a band? Let's start a band, man. We should start a band. And
You started a lot of bands, didn't you?
I was, of course, I don't even know how many high school bands we had. Let's start a band. But that was.
Did you play at the talent show in front of everybody, like really?
Yeah,
heavy
one
metal or
time
anything
I did
like
that one time, and I won actually. And
Right
I was
on.
proud of that. That was,
We got second.
me
in
and
Battle of
3
the
other
Bands.
kids, like I really showed the 7th graders what was up. But
Take that, 7th grade.
Was it Jimmy Buffett?
We've been
Me?
riding.
Yeah, what'd y'all play?
I think I sang "Simple Man" by Leonard Skinner.
That makes a lot of sense.
Classic.
15-year-old
That's why he never
Shelby.
plays it anymore.
That makes a lot of sense.
He
He
done
already
ruined it
got
in
the awards
7th
for it.
grade.
Yeah.
We've been
It's just
sailing on that
moving on from
accomplishment.
there. It's old. Damn.
But
Talent show
no,
winner.
yeah, that was pretty much how it got going, and spent a few years working in construction and doing anything I could to, make money, make a living, and eventually I got to a place where it became clear that if I was ever going to try to make music my living, that was the time, and I went for it. And 2 years now, been full-time music or something related to music, so that's where
Right
I'm at.
on.
I'm loving every minute of it.
When did you start writing songs? When did that come about?
Probably 17, 18 when I got out of high school and was
Okay.
flung into the real world, and just sort of was at that point in my life I was overwhelmed with the curtain being drawn back on what I thought was reality, and all of a sudden now I am presented with what is the world we live in, and that was what inspired me to start writing down my feelings and thoughts. And they haven't always been very good, but did
Well,
it anyway.
1,000 Monkeys on typewriters. You're gonna come out with something, right? if you write as many songs as you can, some of them are gonna be great.
That's,
But I don't
that's
think
the
y'all have a
strategy.
problem with that at all. I mean, really at all. Well, Kenny, how about you? When did you start? What's your story?
Well, I'm a lot older than these guys, in case you hadn't
Legal.
noticed. But
Legal.
yeah, it was a family thing for me. My grandfather and my mother both were like really amazing piano players, and I never could grasp it. So I begged my mom for a guitar, and I never could really grasp that either. So I bought a bass, and I started playing bass.
Well,
But,
Kenny, it's the smartest of shit. If you're going to be a musician and make money,
I got these big thumpy
bass
fingers.
is the way to go. You work all your life, anywhere you want, at all times.
Upright bass for sure, and that's
Yeah, I
why I
mean,
wound
yeah.
up picking that up. But yeah, I mean, I probably got my first guitar when I was 13 or so. Started playing in bands. Played in a bunch of bands. I actually got like pretty serious in a in a death metal band. When I was,
And they were called Royal Horses.
it was a band called Famine out of Hattiesburg. We used to tour around and stuff a lot. But I was like 16 and 17, going and playing in bars where I couldn't get into.
Oh man,
And it was great. But then around 19, I started having kids. So I kind of quit music for a long time until like I jammed with Shelby actually a few years ago. So
Brought him out of retirement.
yeah.
That's a beautiful thing, you know. I mean, for a lot of musicians, you took your time. You know, you got to spend time with your kids, and then now you get to do it again. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's a beautiful thing.
My last one turns 21 in like a week and a half.
Wow! Congratulations. Is it like get out of the house, you're gone?
Oh, they've been gone for a while. They've been gone for a while.
Don't come around here for money no more.
They're smart enough to be gone, and in college and
Prepared them for the real
doing
world.
well. It's no fault of my own, but they're doing really well.
They're smarter than us, that's for sure.
Well, I know we're running out of time because you guys have a gig tonight you're going to have to get to. So real quick before we go on this next song, I want to talk about something that I was excited to hear about, and I'm sure you all were too. You guys are opening up for J.J. Gray and the Mofro, correct?
Fingers crossed.
And it got moved back, so when's the next date?
October.
I don't know that we can say that because it's not
sometime in
announced yet?
October.
sometime in October.
I mean, thank God they're just moving it back. I mean,
Right.
JJ is just amazing. So, I
Yes.
mean,
Yeah, he's fun.
it's a testament to how far you guys have gone just locally. I mean, you're starting to catch the interest of a much wider, world out there. And for those of you that I keep saying, go see them, come support them. They're probably not going to be around here long. We get through this pandemic, these guys are going to be gone because their stuff is that good. So go out there and see them and go out there and support them. And watch for J.J. Gray and the Mofro.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never met the guy. I went and saw him last year at the Soul Kitchen, and he looked like he was the nicest guy in the world. Smile on his face every second of the show, never left his face.
Well, we opened
He's
for him
pretty genuine,
once
yeah.
before at this frat house in Tuscaloosa, and after his set, he came back off of his bus, and we probably sat there just in the parking lot and talked for an hour and a half, and he went out of his way to be nice to us and come out and talk to us. So he's a really great guy,
It
and his
seemed
whole
like-
band is just all really great people.
That's cool. I mean, that's just cool to be able to go. And I know as a fellow musician, that to me, that's some of the things that, that you want out of all this. It's not just about let's go make money and be rock stars. You get to meet some amazing musicians and players and
100%,
play
yeah.
around.
Oh,
them.
yeah.
That's kind of why I do these on the porches, because I get to hang out with all y'all.
Oh, right on, man.
All right, so let's get into the last one. The last one is not on this album. The last song is going to be on the next album, so you're going to have to wait. And you can pick up the special release on October 24th, correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's going to have this next song on it, right? The Sweetest
Correct.
Kind?
No.
No.
That'll be on the whole next record.
That's just going to be on the next record.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe when what we're gonna say now is when all this is over with.
When
So,
all this is over with.
Just
Nothing's
who
certain
knows
anymore.
It'll be over in a couple weeks, guys. It's okay. It's cool.
But we're doing this song a lot live because
We are
it's,
playing this
it's
song.
a fun song, and we're super proud of it. So if you come catch a show, you can hear the song that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Or
best,
you can just keep rewatching this episode of On the Porch.
Yeah,
and
just keep
true.
it going. Just
The
drive our views up. as
the
much
best
as
way
you
we can put it is once, we set out a goal to wait a year before we release this one digitally, and
which was tough.
which was tough. I mean,
Still is.
especially in a time where everybody's at home,
Yeah.
and just streaming, just music's going constantly. So, but we kind of stuck to our guns, and we've got more music on deck, and that's the best part about it.
Yeah.
So, not 100% sure when it comes out, but just to know that, we're not going anywhere is
And to me, that's the most beautiful thing because, I mean, you guys know how it is. There's just even on a local stage, not talking nationally, there's, a dozen bands that have come and gone around here that I just wish were still playing. And I know y'all, and I know how well you get along. And the nice thing about it just seems like you guys are going to be here for a long, long time. And
We certainly intend to be.
you got the music ready to
so.
come out. You're good friends.
That's right.
That's a beautiful thing. I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate you guys coming to hang out with us today.
We really appreciate
Same to
you.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
all
you.
the,
So
all the
glad to
kind
be here.
words, and thank you, South Alabama. You have been amazing to us.
Very good.
We love y'all.
absolutely.
We really do.
This is a good area, and you guys fit in so well. So please just keep bringing that music back to us, and And everybody out there, get out there and support these gentlemen. Get on www.royalhorsesband.com, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Patreon. Get on there, buy the album. October 24th, special release album. November 1st is the full release of the band album. And then after that, we'll finally get a second album. Now remember, everybody out there, we're still going through a little bit of a trying time, and I always try to leave you with something positive. And we've talked about this before, and I want to leave you again with gratitude. Show gratitude to everyone out there. Show a little love. Do a little kindness. Open a door for somebody. Be nice. Don't be trolling on Facebook and spewing all your hate. Show a little love. Spread a little love and a little joy, because that's what we all need right now. That's what we're all going to breathe right now. Thank you all, gentlemen, very much.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it.
Good luck in your gig tonight, man.
Thank you for having us.
All right. Everybody, my name's Scott Bottrell. This was On the Porch, brought to you by All This Entertainment. And we're going to leave you with the last song called The Sweetest Kind by the Royal Horses.
Thanks for watching. We're Royal Horses from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and we just wanted to say thank you to On the Porch for having us. Got loving on my mind. Yeah, I got loving, babe. Got loving on my mind. I got a girl coming by to see me, and I tell you, boys, she's got the sweetest kind. I got a good thing going on. Yeah, I got a good thing going on. When she lays her head beside me, I get the feeling like I'm living in an old love song. Fine car, brother, it'll go real fast. Yeah, she got a real fine car, and brother, it'll go real fast. Yeah, and if I don't misbehave, she'll let me drive it, and she'll pay for the gas. Well, she don't care if I stay out all night. Well, now she don't care if I stay out all night. When I come home in the wee hour, I always know she gonna leave me on a light. Got a good thing going on. Yeah, I got a good thing going on. When I lay her head beside me, I get the feeling like I'm living in an old love song. Well, I got loving people, got loving on my mind. Yeah, I got loving, babe, got loving on my mind. I got a girl coming by to see me, and I tell you boys, you ought to see it. I tell you boys, I would not lie. I tell you boys, she's got the sweetest kind.
We touched that one. That one came on, man.